The ANC will mark its 109th birthday with virtual celebrations this year due to the pandemic. The party says its January 8 statement tonight, 7 o'clock, will cement its identity as a movement of the people and respond to South Africa's most pressing issues. The President, Cyril Ramaphosa, delivering the statement 7 o'clock tonight. Let's get more on this as I'm joined now by the ANC Treasurer General, Paul Mashatile. Good afternoon to you and welcome. This is a statement from COSATU earlier today. It says your statement tonight needs to demonstrate that the party is capable of leading society and dealing with corruption. It says it's unclear at this time if government is leading the ANC or vice versa. Is COSATU correct?
Well, good afternoon, Jeremy, and compliments of the new year. Well, we will take to heart the challenge that COSATU is posing, because every year the ANC president delivers the state of January statement on behalf of the National Executive Committee, and it will indeed outline who we are as a movement, where we come from, but more importantly, what are we planning to do this year? What are the priorities? What are the challenges? So if COSATU says we must demonstrate that we remain a movement of the people that is committed to the issues that people are facing, indeed, that's exactly what the President will do tonight.
The head of the organizing committee, Paul Mashatile, Nomvula Mokonyane, saying yesterday, I think it was, that the party is also going to use, and I quote, this occasion to reaffirm our collective commitment to the resolutions of the 54th National Conference. I take it then that the President will reference something tonight about the problems that the Secretary-General, Ace Magashule, is facing.
Well, we have been avoiding, Jeremy, to focus on individuals, but definitely the statement of the National Executive Committee will outline some of the resolutions of the conference, including the one that talks about how we deal with corruption, the issues of stepping aside when you are charged, etc. So I don't think the President will necessarily focus on any individual within the ANC, but will outline policy, programs, and indeed commit the whole organization to the implementation of those resolutions. As you know, the officials of the ANC, what we refer to as the top six, are currently dealing with the specific issues that we are raising that arose from the previous National Executive Committee, dealing with that, coming up with guidelines. But surely the President will deal with the principles around those issues.
Surely you will concede, though, that the longer it takes the party or the President or whomever to make some reference to Ace Magashule, the more people are going to lose confidence in your party and simply say that you don't have the courage to implement a resolution that you took at Nasrec.
No, we definitely do. And I agree with you that we shouldn't take forever in dealing with issues. But as I said earlier, you'll recall that in our last meeting of the NEC, the President indicated that the officials are dealing with the matter. So indeed, we will at some point give a report on how we are dealing with it. But for today, I think the President will spend a lot of his time looking at the priorities of the country, challenges facing the country, problems of COVID-19, how do we rebuild the economy? Because I think it's important that we also don't spend a lot of time looking inwards, dealing with issues that affect the ANC as a party, but also the issues that affect the people generally.
Well, one of the problems, Paul Mashatile, that the President no doubt will talk about is COVID-19 and specifically the rollout of the vaccine. You'll be well aware that government has come in under some criticism for being a little slow in that respect. Things do seem to be moving, but one of the big problems is this entire process possibly being bedeviled by corruption once the mass vaccination starts. Will he talk about that, do you think?
He will definitely talk about how we will deal with the process of acquiring the vaccine. The government is engaged with the various players out there throughout the world in different countries. And it's quite clear that proper plans are being put in place on how we will receive it, how we will pay for it, but also how we will distribute it, who will be prioritized in terms of receiving the vaccine once it arrives. So he will deal with those issues. And definitely the plans that government is putting in place will take into account to ensure that corruption does not seep in once we start distributing the vaccine, storing it accordingly, etc. So I'm sure the president will assure the nation that we are putting proper plans out there to make sure that those who deserve to receive the vaccine will indeed receive it at the time when they are supposed to receive it.
Well, it is an important statement tonight, 7 o'clock this evening. Obviously, we'll carry it live on this television channel. And I thank Paul Mashatile, who is the Treasurer General at the African National Congress.